lifers, and welcome into the living room once again oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this special episode with my coach, my trainer, the Shay Diggs, sitting up in the living room today. Oh my goodness, y'all. Shay, welcome to the living room.
So excited to be on here with you. This is awesome. I'm excited.
Good. I'm excited too. Don't look at the snacks. Those are not my snacks.
You know, I already saw them when I came out. I wasn't gonna comment on them.
Those are my kids.
Yeah. I was gonna. That's what I assumed, that they weren't for you. So
no, they're not mine. Although what you do for me, I could have them.
This is true. Balance. About balance.
Yes.
You worked hard enough to earn it if you decide to do it.
That's exactly right. I won't do it though.
Not while I'm here.
I'm gonna wait till he leaves and then pull down the street so he can't hear me.
At least you're honest. At least you're honest. No.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You have to be honest.
Right.
And let's talk about that. We're gonna jump right in.
Sure.
Because you and I have been talking about this podcast for a while, and talking about health and fitness. But really, I mean, if we really, in all seriousness, really want to get down to it, when people think about health, training, fitness, the first thing they think is what?
I mean, they think about the gym only, and honestly, a lot of times, like, they think about working out, and then they think about food a lot of times. But it really, health and fitness translates to all areas of your life. And I think that if you have a good health and fitness mindset of how you attack a lot of things, you're going to experience a better quality of life. Yes, maybe you're doing it for your kids, or you're doing it for you, whatever, but it allows you to enjoy these things because you have a level of fitness. If I want to go hiking, if I'm not in shape, I'm not going to enjoy my hiking. Maybe I'm going to say, oh, that was great, but I couldn't do it. Then I won't. Maybe that's a hobby that I'm missing out on because I'm not as in shape. If I want to, maybe, who knows, do something skydiving, anything that you want to do, being healthier is always going to make that experience better.
Right.
And also it'll allow you to be more resilient against stresses in your life. If you're healthy, or you're able to go through workout, or you're able to push through mentally, it will translate to being more resilient when the stress of even the holiday season kind of starts to bog down. You won't break as much. You won't get as sick. Your outlook will be positive. That's a different level of health, mental health, and resiliency that a lot of people overlook. And you're healthier, you're going to be happier in other areas, not just I look good.
Right. That's right. I'm so glad you said that, because that's a big misnomer, I think, that we tend to have in society. Is, I mean, you even said it, people will work out to come to the gym. Before they even join the gym, they'll try to get in shape and
Shay, I'm not ready yet. I need to work out so I can come to your boot camp. Why don't you just come to my boot camp and work out? Why do you got to work out to come to the gym?
Exactly, yes. That's the psyche that, because people think weight. And you hit on something that's so important. That's why I want to do this podcast with you, because you really hit all areas of the healthy lifestyle game. Because it's not just about size.
No.
It's not about weight.
No.
It's about how you feel when you do what you want to do, and then how you think about what you're doing.
Like, a lot of people, and I was guilty of that too, coming into training, you automatically buy into the standard stuff. But as I continue to grow as a trainer, continue to grow as a person, my thing is, I want you to be the best version of you at this given point in time. And what that might mean to one person is different from what it would mean to another person. You have some people, maybe 20 years ago, that meant one thing, and then, 20 years later, that idea of being happy and being in shape has changed. Some people, it's like they were in competitions all the time, or they were in sports all the time, so that level of fitness they needed to maintain is not the same right now. And some people are even happier after they stop doing all that kind of training, to just be like, okay, I just want something to make me feel good about what I can accomplish. Then you have some people who haven't been training at all. They come from not being exposed to training, and them being happy that they're able to feel strong, they're able to do different ways, they're able to do that 5 mile run before they couldn't do. That's their version of excitement for health and fitness, and it translates to how they are excited about tackling other things in their life. So it's all encompassing. Some people are just so stuck on, I need to look this way, I need to look that way, or I don't want to look that way, and you're missing out on the fact of the journey, the process, the outlook, and the benefits that are not even on the scale or in the inches, like the translate the euphoria that you have when you're like feeling better, translates to how you interact with your loved ones, and then you have better experiences, right? You're happier, you're experiencing more joy throughout the day. Okay, now I'm gonna go work out. You have energy. These things are not tangible that you can say, hey, I got 5 pounds off. You're just like, man, I feel good. I can't explain it. And then people come up to you, you look better. Or, you know what? I really appreciate your vibe, your energy. And now this energy being transferred, and it revolves around health and outlook.
That I agree. I love that. So what do you say then to someone right now who may be on the fence, or they're not there yet? They're not thinking outlook. They're thinking, I don't like the way I look, but I can't go to a gym, or I can't sign up for that next step of health.
So I truly believe that there is enough fitness areas and avenues for everybody. Okay. You don't necessarily have to do a boot camp style training like my gym. I believe that whatever thing that you think you can tackle, even if it's as simple as walking, go for it, because that may open up the doorway for you to do different things. Everybody, that goes back to I need to get in shape before I can come to your gym. Sometimes even CrossFit, some people are intimidated by CrossFit. For some people, it is what they need. For some people, it is a great experience. For some people, it is that next challenge that they need. For some people, that will never be a thing that they're going to engage in or they will enjoy. So yoga, Pilates, riding your bike, running. Like some people, they'll start riding their bike and then it end up being, now they like triathletes. You know, you turn around one day and be like, you doing another swim, run, bike thing? What are you doing? So I say, if you're sitting down there right now, you're just sitting there telling yourself like, no, it can never be me. First of all, you got to change that mentality. It can be you. It can always be you. Find one win. That's how you need to look at it. One win for the day. Whether it's I walk the straightaway, and build on that. And really, first of all, change your outlook. Because a lot of times I post on my Instagram stories outlook stuff. Because if your mind's not right, it doesn't matter what I can tell you to do. Okay? You got to start changing, saying like, I am the author of my story in such a way that you say like, how I decide to receive these trials, these exciting moments, these not so great moments, I am in control of how I choose to receive these things. So I'm in a situation, I'm not feeling my best, I'm not feeling like I have a win. I need to go get a win. I can't wait for a win to come to me. Those are opportunities that sometimes if I'm not ready because I haven't been doing the right prep work, they're going to pass me by. All right. Or it means that I wasn't ready for it, or it means it wasn't for me at that time. So if I think of it as in a sense that we all are human beings, we only have a certain amount of time on this earth. Every opportunity I can get to be in a better position to be my best is what I need to do, because we're going to have times where we're cruising and then stuff happens. So sitting back and waiting for it to hit us, we're losing time. So find out what is one thing. If you sat there and really thought about it, I can't do anything. What is one thing, even if it's I'm not going to eat late night tonight, or I'm going to not eat this whole cake, and make it a definitive win. Play a game with yourself. Say, all right, I didn't eat that whole cake. Because during the holidays, we're bombarded with, like, for example, birthdays, food. Everybody's bringing food. Parties. Somebody's bringing, parties, whatever it is. It's so much. So even if you're just like, today I'm not going to eat that. Maybe you eat everything else, but that one particular thing, find that win, build on it. Okay, today I'm going to walk down this straight way. Cool. All right. And then if you're the type of person too, so you have to understand yourself too, because I've been doing this for so long that there are other people on the extreme that will need some big lofty goal to really spike them. Some people are just like, I need just a little breadcrumb. So if you're that kind of person, set that goal. Say, I'm going to do this marathon. You may end up doing it. You may not end up doing it, but I promise you, if you set that goal, you'll be a lot further along than when you were just sitting down saying, woe is me. You can't just sit back.
Right.
You're not getting the people around you that care about you. They can only pull you so much. You also have to be like, you know what? I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I got too many people in my corner depending on me, or I have nobody depending on me, so I need to do this for me. Find one specific win that you can build on, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be cool to everybody else. It needs to be important to you.
That's good advice.
I have to do it on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I have to.
I had to do it when I came to your gym.
Yeah.
I literally was like, I saw your flyer.
So those do work.
They do work. It took a year for me to get my behind in
as
there.
a business owner, you're sitting there like, are these working? I don't know.
Yes,
People
they
see
work.
this. All right,
People
so
read them.
yeah.
And I kept seeing it, boot camp, over and over again. But I felt like I was too out of shape to come to the gym. And finally, I saw a picture of myself. And I was with my kiddo, and I looked at the picture, and because you don't realize how you look until you see a photo. In the mirror over time, you don't really pay attention to the changes.
You got used to it.
You got used to it. And you're just like, you didn't see it doing this. Because you're in the mirror every day. So it's like, you know.
Right.
And when I saw that picture, and my divorce was finalized, and I remember I got my papers, and I left the courthouse, and I came straight to your gym. Did you know that?
I had no clue.
I did.
I had no clue.
I'm not walking into the next journey or phase of my life.
And that is so awesome. And I'm a little different where, some people would say, well, that's crazy that was what motivated you to get in shape. I'm like, I don't care what your motivation is. I do not, you hear these lofty, artsy-fartsy motivations, and listen, those are cool. If that's what motivating you, like I want to be able to walk my daughter down the aisle, totally fine. If you're like, I want to look my best after a breakup, if that is a motivating factor,
right? If
that is what's going to drive you to get stuff done, I'm all for it.
Right.
I'm all for it. Whatever prods you to go ahead and get it, I'm all for it. I had no clue.
You didn't know
had no clue that was what spiked it for you.
That did it for me because I wanted to play with my kids and not get winded. I wanted to get rid of the emotional baggage that came with the weight as a part of it.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to feel healthier and stronger. And I was like, I didn't come in there to get skinny. I came in there to get strong.
Right.
Because I was going to be the mom of 2 boys in a home by myself.
That is awesome. Yes. That is awesome. I've never have once had
that just
I was gonna say I never and let me tell you, you were on it.
I was on
like
it.
You were not messing around.
No.
Had no clue that was the motivation for you.
Yes.
You were on it. So and it's sometimes it's a thing that happens where a chapter in our life ends, and it takes you sitting back and saying, "Okay,
that's right,
never again," or "Okay."
Get it together.
Yes, I need to not let this slide. And I've had situations even as recent as about a year ago that basically helps you kind of pivot on your journey in life and say, where are you at right now? What do you want to accomplish? What things did you think were really mattered that didn't really matter as much or don't matter as much for you? Because we're all different. We're going to all account for ourselves, and we're all going to need to navigate as we see fit. Like you may be trying to navigate the way everybody else is telling you, and then you realize like, whoa, I'm not happy, and it's translating and affecting other areas in my life. I'm not feeling healthy, so it's affecting other areas in my life. And then you have that baggage.
Yes.
And only you can carry that baggage.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody else can say, I'm here with you with your baggage, but you need to let go of the baggage or pick it up and put it somewhere, whatever. So that's why I'm like, whatever is your motivation, even if it's as simple as I'm working out so I can enjoy food.
Which I do like. I
have
fried fish.
Listen, I have some of my hardest working members and clients online, in person. Some of them, and I laugh because I'm like, you work out harder than the people that have the nice reason on paper. It's like, Shay, I'm keeping it real with you. I work out this hard so I can eat what I want. I was like, there's balance. That's your balance. That is your balance. That
is so true. Now that is true. And I will do that. I'll work out for a fish fry.
Now listen, I'm right there with you. They're sitting there, let's say, Shay, you're not going to eat that. Says who? Watch me.
Right.
Watch me. I'm not gonna sugarcoat and fluff it. Now, if I'm trying to get ready for a competition, or I know what needs to be done for that. But if I'm trying to enjoy balance in my life, like, I'm not gonna deprive myself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to find, and then maybe I go through a phase where I say, you know what? I'm at a phase now where certain things that used to bring me that much joy, they don't bring me as much joy anymore. So I pivot, and I don't need these things anymore. So then I find out what my new balance is. As we're going through, the balance changes. And so you want to be in a better position to accomplish those things, attack those opportunities, and being in shape mentally, physically. The whole being helps you enjoy those things, I believe. So, yeah.
I agree. I agree totally, because I'm frying fish tonight.
Hey. You better fry the mess out of that thing and enjoy it, all right?
But I'll see you too.
I know. I know. And you're going to be like, I ate. I'm like, all right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. You know?
Oh, but that's the good part. Yeah. And that's balance. So talk about that. I mean, eating and working out.
Well, one thing I would say is a lot of people won't talk about it, but even in the department and the field of fitness, we go through pendulum swings where, for a certain period of time, 10 years, whatever, 20 years, we said, this is the way we need to do it. This is why you need to do it. I mean, for a long time, we said that margarine was better than butter. And then we came out, and I'm telling you, they used to hit that on the commercials, hit that hard.
Yes.
And then, I can't believe it's not butter, all that stuff. We then said, actually, the triglycerides and the things that are actually worse for you than just a slapstick of fattening butter is way better than this fake artificial stuff. So that's the same way it is with fitness workout routines that become popular, and nutrition fads or schools of thought that become popular. I truly believe, obviously, if you want to be your healthiest, you need to try and keep it as clean as possible. But the problem is, you never know if the person that's feeding you the food ideas has an agenda, or if they're truly as clean as they say. So you do the best with what you have. Overall, you have a lot of things against you where the quality of food that we have is being depleted. You have a lot of companies that, FDA, some people do everything according to FDA. Some people, they say FDA is a little bit, that is not the end all be all. Right. Because you have to understand that there are businesses behind these things that are either benefiting or not benefiting. Somebody maybe didn't pay enough money to get the FDA approved slab. Some people did pay enough money to get the FDA to overlook certain things, because that's why we have certain things on the market that later we find like, ooh, that was hurting people. But that was FDA approved. Right. So what I would say is this, the general thumb is this. When it comes down to eating, if you're eating for a result, know what the result that you want is, first off. And then start looking at certain things that are going to help you accomplish that. Obviously, if you're eating a whole bunch of junk food, you're not going to get the best result. Simple. If you are saying, I want to be as clean as possible, I want to change my life, if you have the type of personality and mentality that can do that, then yes, you're eating your clean vegetables, you're eating as clean as possible, chicken, you're trying to stay away from processed foods. That can be you. But we have some people that realistically, when you tell them they can't do something, that is the exact thing that they want to do. So you're dealing with psyche. It's not just a clear cut. A lot of trainers will just give you meal plans and say, have at it, but they don't address the mental aspect of it. So what I try to do is say, where is this person at? Is this a strong-willed person that if I tell you eat the same exact thing for every meal, you can do it? Then that's you. There's some people that's the way they operate in their life. I can go to the same restaurant, eat the same thing every day. Boom, we'll work with that. Find what works for you. If you're like, okay, I'm going to eat clean as can be throughout the day, but maybe at a certain point of the day, I'm going to eat a little something unhealthy. And that keeps the blacking out on the and waking up with a whole buffet in front of you. That keeps that at bay.
Right.
That's what your good balance is going to be. Remember, it's about balance. Now, if you're doing a competition, there's a certain thing you need to subscribe to for a competition, whatever that is. So that's what I would say is you have some people that are doing meal plans because it's been told to them that this is the way you need to do it. Fats are bad, carbs are bad, only fats, only carbs, only protein. You have to take everything into account. What is it you're trying to do? What has worked in the past? Because if you're also somebody who's jumped on a lot of fads, your body's so smart. It's like, oh, we're doing one of these again. And the results can become harder. That's why you see people, they jump from, one magazine tells them this is the way to eat, and another, they do it for 2 weeks, then they change it, or they do it for a month, then they change it. And each time your body's like, I got you. All right. That's why those fast things don't work. So you have to eat to be a human being. Right?
Yes, you gotta live.
During the week, during getting ready for an event, a wedding, whatever, you're eating clean, you're cutting back, and then you're like, okay, now I can eat. So I tell people, don't beat yourself up when you fall on your meal plan. Don't beat yourself up because you're human, and you made a mistake. Rebound. Don't say, well, I messed up, so everything's bad, so it doesn't matter. If I'm gonna screw up, I'm gonna screw up right. I'm gonna do it right. You can't do that,
right?
Because then you regret and feel unhealthy mentally afterwards. That's you've developed an unhealthy mental habit. So you have to realize and be like, every time I do this, I hurt myself. Every time I give into the pitfall, I regret it, and it's that much harder for me to climb out. Love yourself enough, owe it to yourself enough, fight for yourself enough to say, hey, all right, it's not the end of the world. Tomorrow's a new day. Start up. And that will help you mentally be tough. And it will translate to, if I had a bad day at work, all right, today was a rough day. Tomorrow's a new day. Because you have some people, they start out Monday, and that Monday sucks. They're screwed for the rest of the week. The rest of the week has already been spoken for because that Monday hit them the wrong way.
Yeah, you're right. So. Same thing with eating. So let's talk about fasting. Okay. Because that's, a thing now too. When we talk about food and all these fads and no carbs and all this kind of stuff. What do you say about intermittent fasting?
Okay. So I will say that intermittent fasting works for some people, but it doesn't work for all. And I would say that, right. So I think, I personally believe that intermittent fasting has been something that's been around, but we just packaged it with the term. Okay. Some people are intermittent fasting right now. They don't even know that they're doing it just because that's the way their lifestyle is. So with the intermittent fasting, you're trying to eat all your calories within a certain amount of time. And you don't eat outside of those time periods. Some people do it at 8-hour period. Some people do it in a 12-hour period. Some people do it because they work a night shift or whatever. They do a 4 and then 4 off and then 4 on. And it's what is essentially doing when I look at it and I really strip back, is trying to discipline you to stick to a certain routine. Okay. You're not any better than somebody who's not doing it. You are just doing what has made you buy into a routine. Now, some people will sell it as that is the way to go. You get the best results. And that's not necessarily true because we're all human beings and not one size fits all. That's one thing we have to recognize. That's why I can put somebody on. That's why I can put somebody on a certain kind of meal plan and it works perfect with them, but I know it's not going to work perfect for another person, whether it's because their medical history, their mental on how they approach food, or their schedule. Or maybe their history with food in general, like how many fads have they tried, or what age are they at, what are they sensitive to, or maybe their race puts them predisposed to being sensitive to certain things. So what I would say is, if it's something that you try and it works for you, that's perfect. You're setting yourself on a routine. I mean, back in the day, people, when they were working, they will have supper at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, because of the way that our society is and how busy we are and how we have to make the day is longer. We're eating at 9 o'clock. You know, and you'll have some trainers that say you can't eat past a certain time.
7 o'clock. Shouldn't eat past 7. That's what I always heard.
Or you need to for sure eat all the time after you finish working out. Yes, there are benefits to eating your protein after you work out, and I'm more of the school of thought that it's more of training you to get your requirements for the day. Some studies have come out that it's not that much of a big difference as far as your body's benefit, the benefit to your body.
Really?
Yeah. There's always information out there that if you want it, you can find the information to support your thought process.
No matter what it is.
No matter what it is.
Okay.
So you'll have some people that say this shows that it is always better and produces better results if you are eating. The reason why it might produce better results for people is because now they're in a routine. They're stuck in a routine. They're being diligent. So they're getting their calorie requirements at a certain time, not because their body's like, I love it when you feed me right away first. I know some people are going to come out here and be like, oh my goodness, I'm about to light you up, Shay. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But I've seen it work where some people, it's just because they've now dialed in, they have a certain calorie requirement, eating right after helps them meet that requirement versus waiting till they think about it after a long day of work. Now they're at nighttime, they're trying to eat half their daily requirement. I've seen some people, they get sick right after they eat. Right after they do the workout, they're sick. They can't, their body needs time to like chill out. They can't eat it. Their body eat that and they're going to throw up right after. So now they've attached a negative experience in their mind to eating, and they're going to be like, something's wrong because I can't eat right now. And they feel like, oh, I'm not as good as somebody who can eat right after. So when I say with intermittent fasting, try it. You try to discipline yourself to eat in a certain window. If you can't do it, your window might be different. You may have to eat like, okay, I'm busy. I can eat at this time before the kids go to school, and I have to make sure I eat this much at this time because once the kids' activity starts, I'm not going to get to eat till a later time. That's real. You know, not everybody's going to sit there and be able to eat 8 hours. Right. But another thing is you can eat 8 hours and eat too many calories for your body. And now you're intermittent fasting, but you're overdoing it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what people don't think about. They think, oh, fasting means I'm going to be great. Right. Some people do it for spiritual reasons. Some people, but it's a disciplined aspect. It's working hard. Like even working out in our boot camp, and when I train you, it's hard. Yes. You have to push and discipline yourself to do the work for that 30 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever it is. Yeah. Same thing with intermittent fasting. Now, if I train you for 30 minutes and we're farting around, yeah, we're training, but we're not getting the benefits. If you intermittent fast and you're eating within an 8-hour window, but you're eating enough for 4 people, so you did the 8-hour window. Great. Yeah.
But now you got all these calories. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, if you have less calories, if your goal is to lose body weight or lose body fat, general basic rule of thumb is less calories in than out. So if you're burning more calories or you're getting more calories out of your body than you're putting in, you will lose. Then you can start tweaking the composition or the ratio of, am I eating more proteins or more carbs, that kind of thing, to get a specific result in that range. But if you want to lose, whether it be body fat or lose weight in general, you're going to have less calories in your body that you're consuming than you're expending out. If you want to build muscle, you may need to go ahead and, depending, because you can have the ratio be right, but you may need to increase the calorie count depending on where your body is. So intermittent fasting will help you, but if you can't do it religiously, focus on how many calories am I burning per day with the workouts, with the stuff. How many calories am I getting in my body a day? Maybe once I realize I'm eating too much, I need to scale that down. You will get results from that without intermittent fasting.
How long should you say you give anything, not just fasting, before you realize your body is not responding as quickly or as well as it should be to that before you move on? Yeah,
once again, everybody's body is different. Some people's body respond slowly. You know, I hear a lot of the women at the gym, they joke like, my husband can go ahead and do something within 6 days, he's already lost this much. Life's not fair. That's just the way sometimes it works.
Especially with men.
Sometimes it works that way.
Men lose faster.
Now you have some men that that's even more frustrating for them because they see all their other buddies doing it and losing and they're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
I say stick with something for about a month. Okay. You know, the whole cliche saying of 21 days makes a habit is very true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because now you're figuring out how your body feels. After your body is like, what are you doing? And you're feeling uncomfortable as your body's starting to figure out, oh, we're doing this for real. This is not just a little joke. You're actually going to be consistent with this. All right, let's fix what we need to fix, guys, because this is actually a real thing. Because our body is very smart. Our mind and brain are very smart in the sense that we'll try something. They will send all the signals and say, you don't want to do this. It's uncomfortable. It's not, doesn't feel good. It's too much work. And that is your mind, your body's really telling your mind, saying, your brain saying like, dude, we don't want to do this. And then you have to have that mindset and the brain will then be like, we're going to do this. Figure it out. And then you're like, okay, well, now I need to push through. And you realize, oh, I could do it. It was just a little uncomfortable, right? Yes. So what we do is the meal plan is uncomfortable and we don't see, or the eating style is uncomfortable. We don't see a habit change after 1, maybe 2 weeks. We want to change right away. You forget also too, like with women, you know, if a woman has a cycle, sometimes you start on a certain week, you may be like, oh, this is working. And then the next week you have your special week and your body's like, played you.
Right.
You're up in body fat.
Sucker.
Yeah, right? Yeah. How about that? You know, you thought you were going to lose weight. So your body fat is up, your weight is up, and you're sitting there, this meal plan doesn't work. This eating style doesn't work. I'm going to change it. Right. And really it just had to do with you being a woman. Or you have some women too that they show symptoms and signs halfway through the week before, then they're in their full week, then halfway through the week after, they're coming off of it. So they get like maybe 1 week of just goldenness, right? Also, your energy levels are different depending on what's happening with that. So that's why I say at the very least a month. But a lot of things when I tell a lot of online clients is 3 months to make it a definitive lifestyle habit. Because then you know for sure you've ironed out the kinks, you figured out what's working. And that's how we do with anything. When they want to test out the car or something, they feel like they made a brand new car that's working. But what do? They run test after test after test. Even if they took the template from the previous model, they run test after test after test. And they say, over time, how does this perform? Right. Because you may start slow, and then that second month, your body's dialed in and all of a sudden it's whoosh. Or you may start fast and your body's like, yeah, and then it kind of figures out and you have to tweak things in that middle month to fight that plateau.
That's right.
Right? And then you also, once again, you're dealing with habit, mindset, all the X factors that we don't often talk about. For example, oh, my weight's not changing, but my arms are looking better or my clothes are fitting better. You're not going to see the weight do what you want it to do initially. And that's when many people are like, well, let me look at this magazine, change this, because I'm chasing a number.
Right.
Some people, they're going to, they get obsessive with weighing in too much, right? And so they weigh in every day and they're like, well, it's not moving. If you waited a week, if you waited 2 weeks, if you waited a month, you can say, overall, I lost this, versus getting so hopped up on the weekly stuff. Right. For some people, that's better. So I would say about a month before you can really, truly see some kind of change. And hopefully you've worked hard to make it a habit. And then traditionally or realistically 3 months for you to iron out kinks and really make it a lifestyle habit, to map out the ebbs and flows, because your body's going to start doing this till it finally settles in and figures out what's going on.
That's true. That you raise really good points, and that's why I like training under you, is because you look at that whole person. Because I've come in the gym, started a challenge on the day that my cycle started. And I'm like, okay, what is, and then, when you weigh in.
Y'all get mad, boy. Y'all get mad. Weigh-in is on Monday. People come in before class and weigh in. And then they're looking at me like, I knew it's going to be bad. Oh, boy.
Right. Or you're right, though, but your body ebbs and flows. And you take that into account, and you help us to think about it in a smart way. Like, okay, what's going on with you right now? Okay, do you have water weight gain? Oh, yeah, I am feeling a little bloated. Oh, things are a little tighter. And you're like, give it 2 weeks. just give it that time. And not all trainers do that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in some gyms. I've never had a trainer just like, what are you eating? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Not even taking into account. Or like now, I'm 49.
That's
Hormone
another factor.
changes.
That's another factor.
Things are different for me now.
Absolutely.
Even from when I came to you in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So even now, I mean, working out, I've told you, like, Shay, it's taking me longer. It's taking longer. It's not, it doesn't go as fast. And no matter how hard you work, but the inches.
Yes. Then you start to look, then you start to look at the different things like, holy crap, I'm stronger now than I was. Or, oh my goodness, the inches are coming up. And that's why I go back to balance and being the best version of yourself at this current state.
That's right.
Maybe I used to squat an obscene amount of weight. I can't do it right now. But what is my best that I can do at this stage, taking account my age, taking account maybe health conditions that I've developed, taking account just life over time has worn me down because I'm only here for a certain amount of years on this earth. What is my best that I can be right now? And when you take that approach, you're able to see your wins better. You're able to put your energy that you would have been spending on being upset and complaining into being positive, feeling good. And now your body overall is feeling better because you're like, you know what? I gave my best at this time. I'm not worried about my glory days. I'm not worried about, oh, I have to be this person. It's great to try and aspire to that, but then you have to temper it with balance of reality too and being real with yourself. Like, it's been 20 years since I had that body.
Right. Yep.
If I can get there, great. But I might learn on this journey, and that's why I say 3 months. I might learn on this journey that maybe that's not for me anymore. What does current Shay look like at this stage? What can I do?
Do you have hard moments?
Absolutely. I mean, things affect me too because of maybe things that I've done in my past, or I used to be notorious for not stretching.
Really?
Yeah. Used to be notorious for not stretching.
Knowing what you know, you still wouldn't do it.
Just didn't like stretching. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And then, I would try and make my clients stretch, and they were like, I don't want to do so. I was like, you know what? Fine. So, but then my problem too was I figured the only time I'm going to have to stretch is I have to do it before workout or do it at the end of workout. When, as I've grown as a person, I've grown as a trainer as too, I recognize like, all right, maybe Tuesday's my day to do like a yoga Pilates that will produce that stretching for me. So then now we're talking about recovery days. And so what I would say to anybody who's looking for a program or anybody who's looking for any kind of training in any version, like I said, it doesn't have to be boot camp HIIT style training. It could be even if you're a power lifter. Find something that programs. Okay, hard days, medium hard days. Where's my rest recovery day? Because you cannot go full throttle all the time, because then you break your body down. And so I was thinking, well, I can go ahead and go hard all the time and then stretch when I feel like it. Versus, dude, it may be that you do in 5, 10, 15 minutes when you wake up in the morning to stretch. Oh, I don't have time. Okay, maybe you make a certain day that you do 30 minutes of a workout that is lower impact because you need to be well-rounded. Funny thing is, we don't think about it, but if you ever watch the football games when they're getting them, or the players, the athletes early, you see them stretching and doing their little Pilates and yoga. Some of them are showing off, but they're stretching because it keeps them limber. If these big, amazing physical specimens find value in doing a yoga stretch, doing a whatever stretch, and they're taking it on their off days to stay limber, it's good for us. We talk about cats and dogs. What is one of the first things they do when they get out of a sleep position?
Oh, they stretch. Yeah.
As much as cat and dogs are different, they stretch. Both of them know to stretch.
Doing
and simple stuff like that. Doing it through the day because we're all working. If you just simple things like that. So find a balance in that, and that's what's gonna help you with a lot of stuff. Find a balance. So that's what has helped me, because I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm stiff. Oh, or I'll go to the gym and I'm like, bro, I'm not feeling this today. Forget this nonsense. So then I have to change my mentality to like, okay, what's the win in this? You came and you did the reps. You came to the work. Because I could have sat at home now I told my body it's okay to sit at home, and I get
Mhm.
used to it.
Right.
Versus I came, it wasn't my best performance, but it was the
Mhm.
best that I had today. I wish I could have done better, but I came. So I didn't break my habit of coming.
Mhm.
And then tomorrow, my body's like, well, even if he's feeling like crap, he's still gonna try and come. So now you've done that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have hard days. I have
Mhm.
days where maybe something's going on in my life personally, and I just can't shake it.
Mhm.
So then I look and I tell people, and maybe I've told you too. There's some people that maybe they come back from being sick. Maybe they come back from taking time off because life got hard or kids were doing tournaments, or they come back just because of whatever break it is. And I tell them, your goal today is completion.
Yeah, you told me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I tell people, and I used to never tell people that because it's like, you need to go hard. You need to go hard. Yeah, that's the general rah-rah message.
Right.
But for some people, your goal is just to complete and get through it. Because then you're looking at it from the perspective, okay, I see that time. I'm going to keep on going. Maybe I'm going a little slower than what I'm used to, and I won't focus so much on, I'm not going fast. I'm a step behind. I feel sluggish. Negative, 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 negative. Versus, all right, the game plan is to try and go as long as possible for that time. That's my goal. Maybe I'm doing it at a certain speed. That's not what I normally do, but I am trying to complete this workout.
Yeah.
That's the win.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
right.
your bad days start to become monsters and mountains. Versus, all right, that wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can deal with that. I'll be here tomorrow.
Right, right. Although some of your workouts, sir.
I mean, you know, they're called workouts,
Lord
not
Jesus.
stay-ins or play-ins. So
My
you know,
Lord, I'm alive, y'all. That's all I can say.
it wasn't that bad.
I survived.
It wasn't that bad.
But when it's done, man,
You accomplished
oh
something.
my gosh.
Yeah.
You really, I mean, the rest of my day, my attitude changes when I finish it.
Mm-hmm.
It's 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But it's a hard 30 though.
I mean, you want to play around for 30 minutes? You know, you don't want to play for, like, you know, if you're going to do a show, and here's the thing, another thing is too, I truly see we don't have as much time as we used to.
That is so true.
You know, before people, and then here's the thing, if you're doing a certain style of training, absolutely. Don't get mad at me, guys out there. If you're doing a certain style of training, obviously you want to do an hour, you can do an hour and a half training. I've done it. I've done it before where I was at the gym. I used to work at Ballard's and we would do an hour and a half training. And oh yeah, it was brutal.
An hour and a half?
Now there's more breaks and different things and stuff like that now. And then also I was a trainer at the gym, so I didn't need to go anywhere. I could be at the gym. And I was just like, you know, like, yeah, all that. But in general, the average person, as I've gotten older too, I'm not lifting that weight. You know, guys will come up, younger guys like, Shay, you want to get on this weight? I'm like, no, I'm good. My ego is not that big anymore to go ahead and do that. I'm recognizing my body. It's got a low mileage on it. So, you know, the workouts that I'm doing, they tend to be shorter workouts.
Okay.
They produce a little bit better feel for you. Now, every now and then I'll go and do an old school, you know, bodybuilding. Yeah, you know, like, oh, we're going to go heavy today. Just one, to feel good about it, to try, you know, push to be successful. And the funny thing is, the shorter workouts are helping my stamina and endurance to be able to do the harder traditional workouts that we do. So what I would say is, yeah, like shorter workouts will definitely be beneficial to you. They definitely help you out, and it's just good stuff. Good stuff as you grow.
That is so true. It's good stuff as you grow. As limited time, I'm older now. My job is a little bit more stressful. So, you know how that goes.
Yeah, we just, as human beings, we don't have time the way we used to.
We don't.
So it almost is like society knows that it's different, but research and information out there and maybe marketing is a little bit behind where they're not recognized. Well, some of them aren't. That's why you have things like Peloton that came out and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, because they're addressing the fact that people don't have time to necessarily drive all over. And that's why online trainers become super popular, because people are like, all right, I know that this guy's going to keep me accountable. With the online training, the idea is I want to be held accountable to do this work. All right? Give me the plan and check on me to make sure I'm doing it, because I don't have time to come to the gym. I don't have time to come where you're at. So with that, shorter workouts are actually really beneficial. And you're seeing some people catch on it. They're using catchphrases like HIT, but they don't really know what HIT is. And they're doing it longer than what HIT's supposed to be, Yeah. So they'll do a HIT workout and it'll be like a 45-minute workout when really 30 minutes is supposed to be really the clutch time for it right now. At least that's the information we have right now. 20 years from now,
it'll change.
We may find out that we're completely wrong. So at this current stage, nice, good resistance followed by cardio will produce an afterburn. It will help you build muscles, hypertrophy right while you're doing it. But then afterwards, up to 24 hours later, your body is burning fat because it's at this elevated level because of a shorter burst of work.
That's what we were doing. And it worked.
And you'll still get sore. You'll still get.
Man. Yes. It was awful. It was a good awful. Let me put it that way. I would literally the next day, I was like, what happened to me yesterday?
Isn't that funny? You don't even remember the workout, the movement that they're. So the way that I train guys, so like it will be a lot of muscle confusion. And even sometimes when somebody's saying, why does this part hurt? And I'm like, what do we do? But it's a combination of stuff that is, and then some days you're feeling like it's heavier, but still intense. And some days it feels lighter. You're like, that made me sweat, but I feel like I can walk tomorrow. Exactly. That's part of the program.
Yes, I love it. But it works, folks. I will say this: it works because for my wedding,
yes,
I was like, Shay, I want to be tight. I want to be right. You got me there.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I said we're gonna have to do this.
Yes,
and we did it.
We did it. I was in here screaming, hollering, screaming and hollering the whole time.
What about that one time when you told me, when you prefaced it, you said, what did you say? I didn't get enough sleep or something. What did you say?
I didn't sleep. I didn't go to bed till 3 a.m. that morning. So
she was telling, we're messaging and I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
The detox.
Yeah. So we're messaging and KD was trying to slip in little hints that she didn't want a harder workout for the day. Because she knew it was the first time that I was seeing her after a little break, so I was going to just like come with it. Yes. So she's like, I just want you to know. I didn't get much. Nice. I just want you to know, by the way, I didn't get much sleep and I'm on this detox. So, hint, don't kill me. Don't kill me.
Crazy.
But I'm glad you said something because I had something fire for you today. I was like, oh, let's not do that one.
And it was still hard. Even though you said, oh, well, I won't do what I had planned, swipe. And then I'm like, was this the lightweight version?
Yeah, but you did it though.
I did.
You did it though.
I finished.
And, we did go ahead and dial back what we needed to. There's no shame in that. I mean, I do the same thing. Listen, I do the same thing. I have an intention. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to crush this right here. And then while I'm in it, if you're going hard, if you're not just giving up every time something becomes uncomfortable, that's different. And that's once again a mental thing. But if you're going hard and you're literally looking at it like, yeah, that weight's not going to happen this time. Or this break needs to be longer. Listen to your body. Once again, it's about balance. Listen to your body.
And we did that. A lot
and
of times.
And the thing was, we still got a productive workout.
We did.
And that's why if you're dealing with a trainer, a lot of people are like, oh, why do I need a trainer? I need a trainer from time to time because if you're dealing with a trainer, they're listening to your body, maybe getting a little bit more out. A good trainer knows how to get a little bit more out of you. A workout's supposed to be hard for everybody. Me as a trainer is supposed to be hard. You as a client is supposed to be hard. You as an athlete, it doesn't matter. If you're working to your potential, it will be challenging. Yes. There's nobody that's going to go ahead and say, well, I didn't feel that workout.
Right. That is so true. At boot camp, and I mean, I would go 5 days a week, and someone new would come in. I'd been there maybe a year or two, and they were like, oh, is it always this hard? And I said, yes. And I've been here 2 years, and every day is hard. No matter, I don't care how often you go, it's going to be hard every day.
And the funny thing is, really what has happened is that your mentality has changed to the point where you recognize, like, the challenge is good because it means that you have work that you're doing. Yeah. what do we do? Whenever something gets too easy, we move on to something
That's
else.
true.
It means that we've outgrown that.
Yeah.
You can never outgrow working out.
No.
You maybe your passions and your desires change. Like maybe you started working out and you realize I really love obstacle course training, and maybe you go to an obstacle course training specialist, but that workout will be hard.
Right.
Right. If your goal is I want to be the best version of myself and train and work out, if you get to the point where the workouts are not hard, it's either you are not giving the intensity you need, or the workouts weren't hard to begin with, or your trainer's not doing what they need to do, something.
Right.
You can always make a workout more challenging. And instead of being scared of the challenge, rise up to the challenge. And so that's what I love about when I train people, and I have some veteran people that I train with some new people. They're like, oh yeah, it's always this hard. But you want to keep coming because that means it's a challenge. That means that you're getting your workout. Right. You know, if the second you come in and you're like, crushed it.
Right. Yeah,
you know, you're doing that.
Something ain't
one,
right.
that hurts my feelings.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm going to get you next time. But more importantly, it means that the workout is not effective.
That's right. That's exactly
but
what
we often want to be like, when does it stop hurting?
Yes.
You know, I'm not knocking anybody who drinks. You know, I partake too. You know, balance. But think about it. You drink. At some point, you're going to get a buzz. At some point, you're going to get drunk. Your tolerance may improve, just like the workout. You're going to feel pain at some point. Your ability to tolerate the stress load and get stronger because you're able to take the pain from the workout will increase. And maybe your recovery after the workout increases, just like some people's hangover recovery increases. Right. So, you know, you have a young new person that's drinking and they just have crap tolerance. They're like one drinking and you're like, right. You may need to slow down. Don't do what Uncle, Joe's been doing. I've been doing this for 20 something years. I know how to pace myself. I know what I can handle. I've developed tolerance for this, and that kind of thing. Same thing with the workout. You don't want a workout that's going to be easy. Your tolerance, your ability to push through it, your resilience, it starts to, all that mental mind-body connection starts to improve. So that way you can be like, workout, you have the shirt. I hate this place. I hate this gym. I'll see you tomorrow.
Right.
That kind of thing. Yeah, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You never want the workout to be easy.
True.
It's a workout.
Yes, that is true. That's what he tells me every time. Every single time.
This is boot camp, not book club.
That's right. Like, where the books though?
Yeah, down the street. None of you get enough.
That's good. I love it. That's so funny. Well, I know we've been talking a long time.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's fun to talk with you, and I feel like it's just a conversation that we normally would have, but now we're actually doing talking points about it, and it gives me a chance to also to think about as a person, as a trainer, like, what have I been instilling in my people, and and you touched on it, a lot of stuff that you've gotten from the training, and also I talk about the method behind it, the mentality behind it, because once you can get that balance of mental, a lot of stuff, you start to look at fitness in a different aspect. Your outlook changes.
That is so true. It really does. And it's a lifestyle that is one where you really just slip on into it. It's not anything you used to say, today is the day I changed my life. No, it's really not. No. Like you said, it's mental. It's when you decide, I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this today. Right. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to, like I told you, I want to go back into another half marathon. Yes. So I'm like, okay, I want to
go ahead and see. Because we're either afraid to fail, we're afraid that we can't do it. Screw it. Just go at it. Do it anyway. Find out what you can accomplish. And that's when you change that mentality, then you're going to be like, you know what? Here's the wins. That's still maybe the ultimate goal. I'm going to try for it next time. Or, man, in the journey of having this goal, I realized I found so many other things that made my life rich in this goal because I actually tried.
You guys, we have been having so much fun sitting here. I could really cut up with Coach we really could cut up a lot until he says, all right, let's go.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
But that's the beauty of it is not only having a coach but having a friend. Right. And I so thank you for doing this, because someone needed to hear it. I needed it in 2015. I still need it.
We all do.
Today.
We all do. I need it for myself. This is a reminder for myself. So when I'm beating up, they're like, remember, you said balance.
Right.
You know?
That's right.
Yeah.
Remember what you said to
Right,
Shay? Okay.
Right.
So now let's talk about like how people can get in touch with you, what you offer, because this is, I don't want to keep all the goodness just to the people here. I want to share some of this.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Some people would not. They're selfish. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Not me.
But yeah, no. Main thing that you can reach me on is follow me on Instagram. You follow me on Instagram at I am Shay Diggs. That will kind of let you know a little bit about who I am. A lot of the stuff I post is motivation stuff, and it's for me really a lot of times as well as for other people. My thing is this: if I can help motivate some people, that's what the primary focus and purpose is. I'm trying to live my best life. I'm trying to live a fulfilling life. And these are the things and thought processes that help me. So that, if you just go on for that alone, hopefully you'll be, you'll see the benefit of it. Also, if you're looking for, I do personal training as well, do online training, kind of limited, was getting an exclusive number of clients for online training, but looking forward to opening it up in 2023. If you're somebody who maybe you're a busy business person, or you have that small window where you have to get it in, but you don't know where to go, or you are only able to do it at home kind of thing, 30 minutes because you're that busy, definitely you're the kind of person that I'm looking to help, because I feel like those people are getting lost. They're so busy handling everything for everybody, handling for the kids, handling their quarterly reports for their business and everything. They don't have that outlet, because that actually will help you. If anything, working out will help you release that stress that maybe is trying to break you down, and help your body become more resilient. And then you'll find things that you like and maybe be able to have hobbies from that. So online training, you can reach me out through there as well. And hopefully, with accountability, with the right mindset, you'll be able to go ahead and live a more fulfilled life as well, because you're healthier. So yeah, looking forward to continue to bring that to you guys, and training people like Katie, good people like Katie, who are not selfish.
That's right.
And
I'm sharing, y'all.
Right.
I'm not,
right.
Some people do that now.
I know.
They don't want to tell people, like, if they're training or working out and they're getting results, they don't want other people to know, like, they don't want people to get finer than them or something. What is that?
That's another, we could talk about that. That's another aspect of mental,
That is.
You have to, like I said before, I used to be like, oh, I want only people to only train with me. But now I look at it, I want people to be overall healthy. Even if you're doing hot works, if you're doing a metabolic, you're doing F45, you're doing a Pilates, whatever. You're doing Pure Barre. I'm not petty about sharing because I think that it's better for somebody to experience fulfillment in fitness than me holding on to them and then not getting fulfillment. All right. And I think too many times we're like, well, I'm going to hold on to things. I'm going to hold on to this because I don't want anybody else to benefit. I don't want anybody else to benefit. Right. Be selfish.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
Love. Nothing but love.
Y'all gonna be sweating next week, y'all. We need to put that on video. What's happening over there?
Why is she looking like she about to die? Why is he smiling in the corner? He looks like he could care less. He's just like, that's good. Next one. You got more time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's always a pleasure.
Awesome.
And hopefully, we'll be able to check back in and, chop it up more, because it was so much fun. So much fun talking to you, and love that you have this, and just keeping it real with our journey.
Keeping it real, man.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank y'all for coming in the living room. Peace.
Peace. We'll see you.